yo, this is Mr. Glass, and welcome to the GLASSHouse.
Welcome to the GLASSHouse. Go ahead and put the pads down. Welcome to the GLASSHouse. He's the man now. Spitting knowledge about the games we play every day. The same time, ball up on your fools on 2K. Dead or alive, I don't see the beat. Sick with the shot, you don't know if I'm LeBron or Master Chief. Welcome to the GLASSHouse. Go ahead and put the pads down. Welcome to the GLASSHouse. He's the man now. That's why I shine brighter than the sun with 4 halos. Making dark souls wanna run and go lay low. These games bring out the best of me. Again, me already know failure is your destiny. Welcome to the GLASSHouse. Go ahead and put the pads down. Welcome to the GLASSHouse. He's the man now.
You know, that song should be the anti-COVID because no virus can withstand that 808.
No, it's just the vibe, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, it is your boy Vic, aka Mr. Glass, and y'all know I got my crew with me. The whole crew, nothing but the truth out here. I got Dizzy, I got my man the V, and of course we got our boy D-Rated producer in the building. Man, it's been a while since we've been here doing this with y'all, man, but we are back finally. Yeah. And we are live. And you know when we're live, any damn thing can happen. So be careful.
Facts. That is
right,
fact.
so today on the podcast, we are going to be discussing with you guys the games in 2023 that we are most looking forward to and most anticipating. All right. Now, some of these games, in my estimation, might get pushed back to 2024. I don't have any faith. I don't have any faith that Final Fantasy 16 is going to come out this year. I hope I'm wrong, but I have no faith.
Don't put that into the universe.
I'm looking at Baldur's Gate 3, and that was supposed to come out in 2021. But we're going to talk about all these games and many more here in a second. Which game would you guys like to start with?
So many good ones to choose from. They're all coming out.
I'll go ahead and do this. Let's do this. Bomb!
Diablo 4.
Diablo 4.
So this game is really interesting for many reasons. After watching the trailers and understanding a bit about the game and how they're trying to lay it out, I actually think it's more of an MMO than it is like an action RPG like we're used to Diablo being. It looks like they're trying to go more MMO style, kind of similar to what Diablo Immortal was, but just obviously way larger and way better, hopefully. But that's kind of the feel that I got for it. What did you guys think?
I don't know, like, at first I was expecting a very Diablo game. Like, I've seen the big cinematic announcement trailer. Like, I've seen that one where, like, she goes out onto, like, the bridge with all of the demons and everything. But I read something the other day, it caught me off guard, and it made me a little worried.
Uh-oh.
For the first time ever in the Diablo universe, they're introducing mounts.
The microtransactions of hell.
Oh, wow.
They're gonna have, like, it's not even about microtransactions. Like, I don't care about microtransactions. Like, microtransactions I have no problem with if they're cosmetic or something silly like mounts or skin, like, you know, cosmetic shit. Something that has nothing to do with your game progression.
Right. Kind of like how Warframe does theirs.
Yeah, like how Warframe does theirs, how Destiny does theirs, how World of Warcraft did theirs. Like, you could buy mounts. Now you can buy levels, but you didn't used to be able to. Back in our day, you could not buy levels.
That's tough.
What
up, Street? What up, buddy?
Mounts in Diablo. I'm still gonna buy it, obviously.
So, and this goes kind of what I was talking about. It seems like they're going more of an MMO route than the action RPG that we're used to. And I think mounts being kind of an MMO trope is kind of reinforcing what I've been looking at and what I think. So, yeah.
DJ Gooch is
DJ
trolling.
Is man.
Oh boy!
None of us
wait
are
a minute,
wearing
now-
surprise
This is
clothes.
the wrong podcast for this.
Wrong show,
Look,
sir.
Gooch, we have a strong anti-bullying policy on this podcast, bruh.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, I will be defending myself if you throw shots. I know it's been a while since you seen me, Gooch, but I don't think you know who you're dealing with. Just letting you know.
So I'm gonna read more into
Shots
it, and I'm
fired.
obviously gonna give it a shot because it's Diablo, and like I was very outspoken about Diablo Immortal, and I stand. I hated it. It was every ounce of horrible that I thought it was gonna be, but I played it. I gave it a shot. And I will for this one, just because I've been waiting for so long for it. And this game, waiting for the announcement for this game was the reason why I was so angry at Diablo Immortal. Love phones, don't you? But
I feel like the only person that liked Diablo Immortal in our group. Like, I would have kept playing it. Y'all were just like, I ain't playing that shit no more. I'm like, damn.
No. I didn't have a problem with it. It was a lack of unity. Go ahead.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with it either, other than the fact that you had to pay to be competitive.
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
that is
you
a
hit
really
that kind of paywall, and we're just like, yeah, there it is.
I didn't, because otherwise, you getting rocked every time you go somewhere because you don't have enough money for the expensive gear. So I didn't like that part.
Yeah.
So it looks like the real Diablo game is going to be more of the same, which that kind of cuts my enthusiasm.
It may make me buy the standard version instead of like the ultimate versions like I normally would, just because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna dip my toe in here. I'm gonna pay the still AAA price for this game.
That's the thing. Standard is friggin' $70. Now, call me the old fogey that's being cheap, but bruh, $70 for a game?
That's
Really?
still a lot of money. That's a lot of freaking
AAA
money.
pricing.
The problem
Facts.
with today's gaming is that it's almost like video games are pricing themselves out of the range of like the younger audience, which I think is a mistake. Because like I've run into this playing NBA 2K where, get this, you pay $60 for the game or $70 for the game actually, right? Pay $70 for the game. Then you have to upgrade your player. That is, we now like mapped it out. It takes over $110 to max out a player. That's how much virtual currency you need to max out a player. And so
Diablo
now
4?
you have these young kids asking their parents, hey, can I have $100 so I can play this game? You just bought the game. Yeah, but I can't buy the game and then play it unless I have $100 more.
Are they doing that?
Are
in
you
Diablo
talking
4?
about? I'm sorry, Dizzy. Go ahead.
No, that was it. That was the question I was asking. Are they doing that in Diablo 4?
And is that an average? Because I remember with Diablo Mobile, didn't somebody pay like $250,000 to max out a tune?
Well,
Something like that?
I was talking about on 2K's $110 thing.
Oh,
But
okay.
Diablo, they didn't pay $250,000 to max out a player. But what you did in Diablo 3 was you bought items that other players found in the real money auction house. And then some dude paid, I think, $250,000 for a rare axe. And that's
Is that when they shut down the auction house?
Which I enjoy the aspect of being able to get lucky and make a ton of money playing video games. I actually think that there's nothing wrong with this. Because look, the video game marketplaces are the freest of free market economies. There is nothing holding it back. There is nothing. It's just what this person will pay for this item. And if you're gonna be willing to pay $250,000 for a virtual axe, then that should be your prerogative to do so, and it should be my ability to cash in if I were to be that lucky.
I don't know. The dad in me feels like I need to slap somebody for wanting to spend that much money for a virtual axe.
And I get it. I totally do. What's going on, Lena?
What's going on, artist Lena J?
So when the real life money transactions in the auction house in Diablo 3 got out of hand, they shut down the Diablo 3 auction house. You could no longer make your gold that way, which is very sad for me, who used to toss everything on there so that I could pay my repair bill. I didn't have to go killing everything to get it. But having to pay real money to the company to get your character to where you want it to be, that is a whole different ball game. And like, I just checked it out. So Canadian, the standard edition of this game, like the bottom rung edition of this game, is going to cost $89.99 Canadian, which is more than AAA title, because normally your AAA title is $69.99 or $79.99. They bumped it up one more.
That's because you're Canadian.
I mean, the thing is, right, is that there's going to come a point where as gamers, we have to decide we're just not going to pay this. And then that's going to be the thing that turns them around and makes them go backwards in pricing.
That makes me sad.
I don't have that kind of faith, because while we may sit here and act like we have some common sense, it's going to be somebody out there that's going to spend $5 million on a Pokemon card. So, and then everybody's going to, not only are they going to spend $5 million on that, it's going to be a legion of people that wish they could have done the same. So
I have straight up sold a magic card for $200. Like,
wow.
Magic card pimp.
And and remember, when you're selling, because I'm lazy, I'm like, I'm not going to go to eBay or something like this. Like, I just go to like back to where I bought the cards. I'm like, listen, what are you going to give me there for this card? And the stores, the rule of thumb is they will give you half of what sort of the market value for that card is. It's a $400 card. I made $200 on it.
I would have went to eBay and made my $350. That's what I would have did.
Let's go to the next game, because we do have a lot to share tonight. So I'll go ahead and start with Mr. Glass. Street Fighter 6. I love the picture.
Picture's dope.
I'm excited. All right. So Street Fighter 4 came out, or Street Fighter 5, excuse me, came out many moons ago. Then there was a championship edition. It came out, righted most of the wrongs that were involved in Street Fighter 5. When Street Fighter 5 released, it wasn't the greatest release of all time. Capcom understands this, and they are trying to right the ship with Street Fighter 6. I believe that they will do it, because there's several factors that are going to go on with this game that I think are going to be wildly successful, at least out here in the West. One is a lobby system, which most fighting games do not have now. Most fighting games are simple one-on-one encounters where you go to from, one peer-to-peer connection to another, and that is what you're playing, right? But in this lobby system that Street Fighter 6 is going to do, which is similar to what Dead or Alive 4 did. If anyone is familiar with that, I know our boy Veep is. They had a lobby system where you could watch the fights happen, and then you could decide, okay, I want to jump in now, and then you would.
One of the Mortal Kombat's had that. I remember, because I used to. It wasn't the last one; it was the one before that. Mortal Kombat had that.
Yes. Okay, but. No, actually, no Mortal Kombat had that. Not in the same way that I'm talking about. But basically, the difference between what Mortal Kombat had and what this is you're going to have an avatar that you can walk around with, and there's going to be a screen right inside of that lobby where you can literally watch the fight happen. New. That's what I'm saying.
Dead or Alive had this, and I've seen the screens, but I've never seen them both together.
Yeah, so Dead or Alive had it this way, where you could make your avatar, you could walk around this little tiny map full of like candy and hearts and all this other BS. Remember some of those maps that they had for that? And you could just walk around and do what you're gonna do and type little messages to your buddies while you're watching the fights and everything like that. And it was super dope.
It was way ahead of its time.
It was hugely ahead of its time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's why I'm excited for at least part of Street Fighter 6. The other part is, I think that we in the fighting game community need a game, because as great as some of the games that came out, like Killer Instinct and you know, like Soul Calibur 6, Tekken 7, we really haven't had a blockbuster in the fighting game community in quite some time. And I believe that Street Fighter 6 has the opportunity to do that, and with it, it will reinvigorate the fighting game genre to then make other people make better games. Because right now, I feel like people are coasting, and what Street Fighter 6 represents to me, anyway, is a difference in the way that they're going about making fighting games. They're not just making them, okay, let's just make sure the actual technical fighting is good and then throw the game out there. No, they're trying to do all the bells and whistles that you would see in other games that make it look cool and play good. And that is very important, because it's like food. If you don't like how your food looks, you're a lot less likely to enjoy it. That's just a fact. So that's how I look at it.
I haven't played Street Fighter in so long, I can't tell you the last one I actually played.
I'm gonna tell you this. We had this challenge on Dead or Alive, but if any of you guys would like to see me on Street Fighter when it comes out in June, I'll throw the gauntlet down. And not just the people who are in this stream with me, but anybody who's watching. My gamer tag right now is GLASSINU. If you want some,
issuing a challenge.
I'm just trying to picture in my head what a challenge on Street Fighter would look like between me and you, Glass, because I'm a button master. Like, I'm one of those ones, like, press all of them and pray something cool happens.
The problem with that is that I've been playing fighting games for so long that I would just sit at the edge of the map and throw fireballs at you until you die.
You make me sound like you're so much older than me. You see,
in terms of experience in fighting games, I'm ancient compared to you.
Dang.
Oh boy. Okay. No.
I'm just saying, bro. What do you want me to say? It's just a fact.
Let me go ahead and go to D-Ray's pick.
Ooh.
Yes.
Jedi Survivor.
Now, this Fallen Order was one of my favorite games of all time. It came out in 2019. I am looking forward to this game because not only does it continue the story, not only is it canon, Star Wars canon, there's also a novel that's attached to it as well. That they're going to go more in depth with that story and the relationship with Kyle Kestis. Kyle Kestis.
I knew a thing.
So I'm looking forward to it. I wonder if they can live up to the first game, because the one thing about a game is, does it have longevity? Can you finish it, wait a few days, and start it over, and it's still entertaining? And for me, Fallen Order is that game. So I'm curious to see if they can match it. So I'm pretty stoked about it.
So one of the things that I've noticed with me in single player games is that if it's a good enough game, I can sit down and I can play it for about 20, 24, 25 hours. And then at that point, it starts to fade for me a little bit, unless the game somehow has like a gearing system that makes me want to chase the coolest stuff. And the problem I had with Fallen Order was it wasn't my type of game. However, I'm willing to admit that for people who do like Star Wars and do have like the kind of vibe for gaming that allows them to do things that may not necessarily like, oh, I'm chasing this thing like I am, it's a fantastic game, and it's something that I think everybody who's associated with the Star Wars fandom should be ready to enjoy.
I think to that point, I think that's one of the things that made the game intriguing to me, was that you had to get your character to a certain level. He had to, learn skills, and once he learned the skill, then another part of the game would unlock. And so now, granted, you could still have fun without the other part of the game. However, you would not be able to progress until he got those skills. And that made it easier when you're searching for something and you didn't want to cheat by jumping on YouTube or buying some kind of guide or something.
Yeah.
So you knew that there was some kind of skill that had to be learned. The only drawback that I would see to Fallen Order that I hope that they fix it felt like a closed system. It's not open. It's not really open worlds per se.
It was linear. You follow a path.
Yeah. Now you could go back to a planet. You can go back to the planets that they had once they're unlocked. But you know, just say, hey, I want to go to Coruscant for no reason. Couldn't do that. So.
Well, one of the things that I think with a lot of games, they need to really understand what makes Metroidvania so. Yeah, I see it too. They need to really understand what makes Metroidvanias so popular, and that's the ability to go back to a place that you were just in with a new thing that you didn't have before,
right,
and do some other cool stuff with it.
Right.
And I think that those things could apply to these, like, Star Wars games, or this particular Star Wars game that we're talking about. Why not set it up to where you have free roam and wherever you want to go, but some of the things that you unlock play a part in unlocking more of the previous area and things like that.
Now I'm about to throw a grenade in this conversation. I am suspecting, my spidey senses are tingling, that 2023 will be the year that Mace Windu returns. I don't know on what level. It could be this new game. It could be the novel. Hell, it could be The Mandalorian or the other 2 or 3 Star Wars series that's supposed to start this year. Somehow, some way, I feel like Mace Windu returns, and I'm all for it.
I've been hearing about Mace Windu coming back. I've heard Samuel L. Jackson wants to do it before he gets too old to do it, and I'm also all for it.
Yep.
Indeed. Let's keep it
and
moving.
What do you think about Jedi Survivor?
I think it looks really good. I took a look at the trailer because I just started Fallen Order like a few days ago.
Blasphemous. Even I played it when it first came out.
Well, see, it was blasphemous, but listen, for 2 different reasons of what you and I are saying. Because for me, that signaled the end of my being angry at it for getting in the way of Titanfall 3.
But it's a completely different, like, dev team.
But wait a minute.
Doesn't matter. Same company.
She said, okay, EA is the biggest game company in the business. And she's saying, although they have about 30 to 40 studios within that one umbrella, it doesn't matter. If it's a different studio, it's the same publisher, so I don't care. The logic.
I reserved the right to be angry at it, and I decided to break that and give it a shot. And started playing a couple days ago, and I'm really enjoying it. And you're right, Vic. Like, for people like us, like Loot Horse, all right? We like collecting gear. We like leveling stuff. We like customizing our character. We will hunt and grind for that piece of jewelry till the end of our days, right?
Yep.
I still do not have Morden Spyglass from the Lich King raid, all right? I will never be okay with that. But, and the most you can get from Fallen Order for people like us for that is a wide variety of ponchos, all right? And some robot spray jobs. All right.
And the different colored lightsabers, right? I think there's different colored lightsabers.
I've only got 3 colors so far.
Yeah, I got them all. I got them all. And you can get colors for the ship.
Yeah, you can get colors for the ship. So
here's what I need from Jedi Survivor to make me interested. I need that to be transferred into actual gear. Like, when I get a different colored lightsaber, I need it to physically, like, do more damage. Mike McKenzie, what's good, bro? Congratulations on the Cowboys. Don't know if I want to hear that part. But welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. So before we get caught up in football
you did
talk,
address it to me, but whatever.
I feel like we need like a disclaimer to go across a banner, like you're on the wrong damn show or something like that.
Like when I see football talk coming, you'll see like, well, you can't tell because I got my glasses on, but my eyes kind of glaze when the football talk happens.
So what I was saying though.
So like they don't have gear now.
Yeah.
The new game, Jedi Survivor. I think it's still going to be the same thing. It's all going to be like cosmetics that you can unlock. But so far, the cosmetics look better. I mean, if you look at the different things you can get the pre-order, you can get like Luke Skywalker's outfit, you get Obi-Wan's outfit, you get Han Solo's outfit. They call them different things, but we all know what they are, right?
I do not have the O2 level for Thick Bunny today. I do not have the air.
I am looking forward to finishing it. It's a beautiful
Why don't we
game.
just pop up the comments on the screen?
No, don't do it.
That way the people can... Because I'm not reading them out loud.
You monetize.
I'm not...
Sorry, he does not get paid for that either.
But so I am looking forward to finishing the game, and I am looking forward to the new one. It's a beautiful game, and it holds up. I mean, you said it was released in 2019, the original one.
Yeah.
It's still beautiful.
I just popped in The Witcher 3 and started a new campaign of The Witcher 3 today.
Yeah,
that game holds up like no other, man. I couldn't believe it.
Are you playing it with the next gen update on there?
Yeah.
I've never played it.
Yep.
Did you put on like the optional stuff where like you can have the alternate yen and like the alternate instead of Yasuke?
I don't think I did that. I think I was gonna save that for New Game Plus because I didn't go through the original game all the way yet. And then when New Game Plus comes around, I might do all the extra bells and whistles that they give you.
But yeah, so to keep us on task, Troy, I bet you're so proud of me. To keep us on task, I am looking forward to the release of Jedi Survivor, and I almost put it on my list today, but the 4 that I gave Troy, I love more.
She just said for the next 5 minutes. All right, guys, we gotta hurry up and do the rest of the show in 5 minutes. Go!
How about this? Let's go ahead and go to the Blast Stars of the Week. We'll come back with some more great topics. This right here is new Blast artist, Mike Jeezy. Oh my God. We are about to get pumped up to his jam called Energy. Check it out.
Make sure you keep that same energy. Make sure you keep that same energy. Make sure you keep that same energy. Make sure you keep that same energy.
Mike G coming through the crowd raw, big dog. You don't really wanna feel these claws. See, God loves me anyway, despite these flaws. So I gotta get a little buck wild, yeehaw. My God giving y'all the blessing, so I never tap out. No time for stressing. I'm confessing that I'm still learning lessons. When I get knocked down, get up stepping, cause I know how my blessings flow. Started from the ground down to the tiptoe. Holy Spirit, you don't wanna miss this flow, cause I'm talking about you and the whole trio. The Father's on top and they call me mijo. For my Latino, just Jesucristo. My God's bilingual, so if you didn't know, I'ma speak English, mi amigo.
Make sure you keep that same energy. 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 Make sure you keep that same energy.
Somebody tell me whose man's is this? Flip flop, they crisscross, wanna jump when they plotting the whole twist. Well, hey, Mr. Big Stuff, now tell me who you think you are. Call Gene Knight, cause you know you're dismissed. I got a lot of enemies, they draining my energy, but telling my energy is inside of my energy. If I'm at a dead end, I'm counting on real friends, the type that will help you and open the Red Sea. Never make a promise that you can't keep. Nobody really likes to bluff, that's a wave so deep. If you're gonna repent, then I suggest an upkeep. And if that energy drained, then throw away the whole thing. Sometimes you gotta cut the cord to keep moving forward, to be a valuable piece within this gaming board. What's done in the dark is brought to the light, it's heads or tails. So tell me how you call it, alright? Listen, hot or cold, ain't no man in the middle, cause if it gets spit out, ain't no stopping this riddle. You're headed on a dead end, on a one way. I know you see the sign, read it what the Lord say. On the periodic table, I'm an element, and me and God got a chemistry. So next time you ever think about attacking me, well, make sure you keep that same energy.
Make sure you keep that same energy. Make sure you keep that same energy. Make sure you keep that same energy.
Yeah, I'm living for God for real. I go fishing for real. I'm like a Navy SEAL, toting that Pelican bill. I'm just a kid full of skittles, no riddle, it's simple. I love 'em with all of my energy, I get empty. In the forefront, I'm up on my tippers. I think I saw Jesus in my dreams. Oh, you don't believe, oh, that's sweet, honey, please. I get hyped through the night, oh, my energy gon' spike. Oh, I think I see the light.
Make sure you keep that same energy. Energy, energy, energy. Make sure you keep that same energy. Energy, energy, energy. Make sure you keep that same energy. Energy, energy, energy. Make sure you keep that same energy. Energy, energy, energy. Make sure you keep that same energy. Energy, energy, energy. Make sure you keep that same energy. Energy, energy, energy. Make sure you keep that same energy. Energy, energy, energy. Make sure you keep that same energy. Energy, energy, energy.
Woo!
Yep, that one's going on the playlist.
Damn, bro.
Woo!
I'm already pulling it up here going, which playlist am I adding it to?
So listen, if you are an artist or an independent comedian or even a spoken word poet that'd like to get some exposure, go ahead and go to blastmusic247.com, register as a free artist, and be a part of the family. That's blastmusic247.com. What's the rest, Mr. Glass?
Changing the industry, one artist at a time. And you know what? I didn't forget the tagline, and I ain't done this in a month. I deserve a round of applause.
I'm not gonna lie, like, out of all of the episodes we've had, how many episodes is this now?
This is season 2. I believe it's the 12th. So totally about 36.
All right, so 36 episodes. He's only gotten it wrong once. And now I sit here waiting for him to do it again.
Wait, you know what?
Wow.
It be your own people, chat.
It be your own people
It be your own
sometimes.
people.
Easy with the, what's this up here?
But you did get it right, and that was after a very long break, and you have been a busy guy during that break. You've been streaming non-stop.
I be working.
So.
I be working, man.
You know
All
what?
right.
That sounds like a novel. I woke up naked in Dalaran.
Damn.
Hashtag don't trust your friends.
You know what? You're not wrong about that.
That's so personal.
You're not wrong about that.
Hey,
All right,
also,
ladies.
one more thing, Mr. Glass, forgive me. Mike Jeezy will be on the podcast to lift off, featuring my man D-Ray and Miss
Very cool,
Banks
very
this
cool.
Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Central. Please, this show is one of the best that Blast has to offer. Check them out. I guarantee
I'm not
you.
missing that interview.
Yeah,
Y'all
we-
don't miss that either.
We have a lot of fun on the liftoff.
Too much fun.
And for nothing else, to watch me and Miss Banks go at it.
Like cat and dog.
She's a certified 49ers fan, so we're not going to even have that discussion this coming up weekend.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be in the chat to ask the questions, and I'm gonna. That's what my job is.
Here we go. Fire starter.
If Thick Bunny lets you up for air enough that you can actually comment.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Last night I was like,
I suddenly feel dirty.
all right.
On to the
So,
next.
what is the next game before we
Let's
get
do
taken
this
off
one.
the air?
Baldur's Gate.
So, Baldur's Gate 3 is a game which is now made by Larian Studios. They've taken over the Baldur's Gate franchise, at least for this one game. I'm going to go ahead and say probably the next one too, because I feel like this game is going to be like an ultra smash hit along the same lines of Divinity 2. So if you guys are familiar with what are called CRPGs, which is like top down, like turn-based style kind of RPGs, Larian Studios is the best at this formula. There are the king and there's not a prince around. Okay, so what I mean by that is there is no one else that is even close to their level. So these guys taking care of a franchise like Baldur's Gate It has made everyone that enjoys the genre salivate, because we know the rich history that D&D has, and for Larian Studios to get involved in D&D at this type of level is very exciting. And why don't you take it from there?
I'm so excited. And you know what? The quality of the content they've given us so far in this game, because there was an early release where they opened up the first chapter and most of the content of the first chapter, and they've added more here and there. They've made some tweaks. The quality of what they gave us, even in that extreme early access, just blew my mind. Like they said, that first chapter, just the early access test stuff, 20 hours of gameplay, and they weren't lying. All right, and it's beautiful. Like the voice actors are great, the art is great, and the story is, oh my god. Like, I'm not going to spoil it for anyone here who hasn't played it or watched a trailer or has been living under a rock, but it's a great story. And I'm not even mad at how long it's taken them to say, okay, guys, the product's almost ready. Because if they had given me that at the start and then completely butchered it to rush it and meet their original commitment, I would have broke my heart. But now they haven't even got a date yet. They just say August 2023. And as soon as they give us that date, I am booking time off work. All right. I'm just going to go in and you're going to see me like 3 days later. Like,
you're vegetating.
It's so good. And I'm looking forward. If you haven't seen a trailer for Baldur's Gate 3, but you like that sort of like that fantasy stuff, you don't have to be a D&D person or anything, or have played any of the other Baldur's Gates. Completely independent storyline from the other Baldur's Gates games. You can just hop right into this fresh. Go look at just the cinematic trailer is beautiful. The music is beautiful.
Yeah, I'm checking out the trailer right now, and it looks good.
And like,
I'm gonna tell you guys something. I would absolutely love to figure out a way to get a party with us on this show, for this show, going as something we do as a side project for this particular show. Because I'm telling you right now, this is the type of game where you could do so much in terms of like telling your own story within the story of the game.
You could be a bad guy. You could be a good guy.
Yeah. I mean, we could get so far into it that we have like special voices for our characters, and we could do all kinds of stuff, man. It would be a lot of fun, and it would be something I think all of you guys would enjoy.
I might have some ideas for that, so definitely remind me when we go to our after chat where we talk for another hour after we're done the podcast. And remind me that I said that, because I do have an idea. But yeah, definitely like check out the trailer. D-Ray, I know you say you're watching the trailer, but listen to it later with like the music, put some headphones on, like really enjoy that music that pumps through that. So good.
I wanted to say that I remember seeing like advertisement for Baldur's Gate 2 like forever. So I actually looked to see when was it actually released. Friggin' 2000. So they waited 23 years for the next version. So this game has got a lot to live up to.
Worth the wait.
I'm telling you right now, I played early access. I have early access. And I can tell you from a person, I enjoyed the heck out of Divinity Original Sin 2. And this is almost like Divinity on steroids with what they have to play with the D&D license. It's just, it's unreal if you're a fan of the genre. It really is. It's like taking it to a whole nother level, and graphically and everything like that, it is absolutely superb.
The opening cinematic,
unreal.
Like, opening cinematic, just like.
So another $100 game.
I can't remember what I paid for it, but it's worth it.
Yeah, I think it was only $60, but at the same time, I would 100% pay $100 for this.
I'm considering buying that stupid Ultra Edition. You can get the picture of the drow fighting the mind. You can get the statue of the drow fighting the mind flayer.
Sam, I don't know that, but I'll buy it again.
No, I know Dizzy's all about that smoke right there. So
yeah, man. See, like I can't get into that because like it would be cool because I could have like some figurines on that little shelf you guys see back there. And we could do, a little stuff going on with the little table and everything. I could do that stuff, but at the same time, I'm not fitting to spend $120 on the.
Oh God, I don't even want to show. Well, you guys remember the stand that used to be here with all the figurines?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, now it's over here and there's more figurines on it.
That's tough.
The last time I bought anything that gave that extra stuff was the Division 2 when it got released. I actually waited to midnight at GameStop to get my edition, and not paying attention to Vic's advice, I bought the CD. Put that bad boy in, and it didn't work.
I remember he was so heated, guys. And like Troy doesn't really get mad. That's the thing about him.
No, I don't think I've ever heard Troy be mad. Like,
he was on the verge, ladies and gentlemen.
It was to the fact I was up till midnight waiting out there with all these strange people to get a game.
The other
That didn't work.
Creatures around.
all these strange people. That's our people.
All right, what's the next game? Game?
Yes, sir. The next game. Well, actually, it is Final Fantasy 16, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo! All right, ladies and gentlemen, Final Fantasy series is my all-time favorite series. There's nothing else. Don't talk to me about nothing else. This is it. So I have a lot to say about this, and we're gonna keep it simple though. None of the games are related to each other at all. So each individual game you can pick up. I hate
that.
I'm going to tell you why I love that. Each individual game you can pick up and play and not know anything about the previous, which is very important when you also understand that all of these Final Fantasy games are going to take you around 3 to 5 weeks to complete if you're a normal gamer. So if you think about it, if you bought Final Fantasy 16 and they were all interconnected, and each of these games is going to take you between 3 and 5 weeks, you wouldn't know what the hell's going on with 16 till like 2025. So that's a real problem if you think about it.
Especially if you're just getting into them now.
Exactly. If 16 was your first one, what up, Beast Mode? If 16 was your first one, you're not gonna make it. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. So that's why I love the fact that they're not interconnected. I can understand from your perspective, though, D-Ray, why you would say, you know what, I don't really want a game that has nothing to do with any of the other ones, but you have to understand, they are their own self-contained stories while also in similar universes. So let's say, like some of the Star Wars stories, like Andor, has nothing to do with the main line Jedis and all of this stuff, but it's still a self-contained story within the Star Wars universe. And there's many, many more that are just like that, but I'm just using that as an example. So like, it's good to have those that aren't interconnected, but they have an overarching theme that you can understand. And that's what's going on with this. Also, I'm going to tell you guys right now, the people who make Final Fantasy in the switching between turn-based and action combat have done it better than anyone else in the history of gaming. Because, okay, and you can back me up on this, Kizzy. You played Final Fantasy 15.
So much.
Was it not an amazing game?
I love. Do you not hear me say so much? I love it.
Okay, so that was their first action combat game.
Truth be told.
Now, what if I told you that they ramped it up way more in this one? And what if I told you that this one is reminiscent of Elden Ring with summons? Did I sell you yet? Do you need more?
Scared me a little with that Elden Ring talk, okay? Because if it wasn't for that bird on the cliff, I wouldn't have got anywhere. but no, like it's crazy. Like the combat, I could not have identified that was their first shot at that instead of the turn-based. Like it felt smooth. Like I liked it. I liked swishing stuff around, and I liked reacting, and I wasn't very good at it, but I liked it. I usually got a D in finesse. But it was really good. I really enjoyed Final Fantasy 15, which surprised me. I didn't choose to buy it for myself. I got it as a Christmas present, and I turned it on like Christmas morning. I'm like, I'll give this a shot while I wait for other stuff. And I didn't come up for air until my Christmas vacation was over. Like,
that's tough.
So I am really looking forward to this one because the trailer, again, the music and the cinematics. I mean, it's Final Fantasy, of course. The cinematics are going to be pretty, but come on, still gotta watch it.
I mean, look, this is like their first. What's going to be their first true next-gen game? Because Final Fantasy 15 was on the Xbox One, and I don't believe it got a Series X upgrade like that. I don't believe it did. So this is going to be your first opportunity to see what Square Enix can do in the Final Fantasy realm in true next gen, and I'm telling you right now,
it's gonna be
trailer
awesome.
Looks amazing.
Yeah.
D-Ray, you got any feelings on this one?
Yeah, I watched the trailer. The trailer looks very, very interesting. The graphics look very, very interesting. And like you guys said, it's Final Fantasy, so I know the soundtrack is gonna be banging already. So I have to put this on my list this year. I gotta check it out.
I'm telling you right now, you won't regret it because I'm playing it day one. It's gonna get on my YouTube. We're doing the whole works with it. I'm letting you know this right now. V, what do you got to say about Final Fantasy 16?
Hey man, anytime Square Enix puts out any Final Fantasy whatever, it's gonna be a classic of some sort. So I honestly have not seen any trailer or whatnot, so I definitely will keep a lookout for that. And Baldur's Gate, I want to see that. So
I guess we'll be playing trailers in the after party.
It's just so good. And like Final Fantasy is so good with their music. Like I still can't hear the Florence and the Machine version of Stand By Me and not be extraordinarily sad because of Final Fantasy 15.
Mm.
I mean, it's funny. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say, it's funny how I could say this was probably the first time of going on the emotional roller coaster looking at Final Fantasy 7 and 8 because their CGI is just so amazing. And when your favorite character gets killed or whatnot, you're just like literally torn.
Bro, you and I were about to say the exact same thing. And that's like the emotional roller coaster that these games takes you on. And D-Ray mentioned the soundtrack.
Yeah.
When you think about a video game, what most people miss is that the soundtracks draw you further into the game. And so when you're talking about a Final Fantasy game, one of the most important aspects is the sound, the ambiance, the music, because it makes it all kind of come in and get home with you so that you're really immersed in the world.
Yep, I agree 100%.
I mean, you guys remember playing Final Fantasy 7 and hearing One Wing Angel for the first time? Like, I was like...
Look, you could play One Wing Angel right now and a chill will go up everybody's spine right now. Because we all looking around for Sephiroth. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Right. Do we have another game?
The games are all expired, but we do.
Now, honorable mention. Mention. I'm hoping GTA comes out this year.
Not gonna happen.
And I'm hoping Red Dead will come out this year.
Definitely not gonna happen.
You know, you ain't got to. Wait a minute. Let me. This is my New Year's resolution. 1, 2.
Woosah.
Yeah, like that's one of those. I think we would have heard something before. Like, I mean, look. Okay, how long ago did they announce the next Elder Scrolls game? Like, way pre-COVID. Like, before even the Diablo Immortal fiasco at E3.
Yep.
They played that little clip with the Elder Scrolls song moving in on the city, and we haven't heard anything since. So we know that's in the works somewhere. We'll probably see it in 10 years. But like they're gonna give us a hint before they toss us another Grand Theft Auto.
There we go.
I'm gonna tell you 100%. Neither Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead will be seen until at least 2024, 2025, more likely. And the reason is, and this is going to be no shock to you, they're still making way too much money on GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2. So they're not going to, they're in.
They got to finish milking that cow.
And here's the thing.
Facts.
what they're gonna mess up on, but it's actually not gonna be a mess up because they're gonna be able to charge for 2 games instead of 1. Is they're gonna bring this out right at the end of the life cycle for the new consoles, PS5, Series X. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna put you, all right, we got your new game, guys. Aren't you excited? But now we got new PS6 and the Xbox Xenon or whatever it's gonna be called is out now, and now we got better looking. Oh, we're gonna make a next gen version. Don't worry, guys. Another $100 down the drain, and you'll pay it because you love the games. Everybody else did. That's how they get you.
So Veep is about to leave us. Tell us about the podcast that's coming up, brother.
The podcast that's coming up is called the Middle Page Podcast. It deals for us seasoned individuals on all type of things from health tips, food, and just overall life. And it's a lot of fun. So come check us out at the top of the hour. I'll see y'all.
Are you saying that we are your target audience?
You're welcome to be a part of that.
I don't have any gray hair yet, so but I'll still check. I'll check it out. But I'm not the target audience.
I keep putting other colors on it, so I couldn't tell you if there's any gray in here. Like it looks gray here, but that's just where the purple washed out. The last time I had my beard grown out, there was some gray in there, and I got scared. Honestly, shave it off.
Don't be scared. It's coming to get you. It's coming to get you, buddy.
I'll see y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Have fun.
All right, peace.
Give a round of applause to the Veep for keeping it going with us with the
keep us on task.
Yeah, man. He keeps
always keeping us on task, and that is a bigger job than he makes it look like. All right.
That's probably the hardest part of his day. Yeah, is keeping us on task.
Corralling us.
Hey, them little private chats like, hey, what y'all doing?
So, ladies and gentlemen, here's my thing. Can we have a list of the games that we talked about today? I know we had Diablo.
We talked about Diablo 4. We talked about Street Fighter. We talked about Baldur's Gate. We talked about Jedi Survivor. We talked about Final Fantasy.
Okay. So what I would like you guys to do, and I know Street Fighter is probably going to be like the bottom for you guys, but I would like you guys to rank where you see these games on your list of between, oh, I gotta buy this, and I'm kind of curious, wouldn't mind checking it out, to I didn't
write them down.
Well, I could tell you right off the top of my head, Jedi and Diablo are kind of neck and neck for me. Baldur's Gate, because I've never played it before, it's a maybe. Final Fantasy 16 is a maybe, and Street Fighter, I'll probably play it with my son.
I'm gonna have to whoop you in that at least once.
All right,
you keep ducking me. I don't believe you no more.
It's not what
you can't tell my sad, quick handwriting.
All right, why don't you enunciate it?
It's part cursive, part print.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of amalgamation that was, but it was a little scary. I'm not gonna lie.
It's Dizzy script.
Dizzy script.
Number 1, Baldur's Gate, and I think none of us are wearing the surprise face here because I've been on about that forever.
It's a great game.
Number 2, I'm gonna say Final Fantasy 16.
That surprises me from you. I'm kind of surprised that Jedi Survivor didn't go second.
I haven't beat Fallen Order yet.
Well, okay, so here's my thing though. You're not really a Final Fantasy person, so tell me what intrigues you so much about this one.
See, here's the thing. I enjoyed Final Fantasy 15 so much. I got so much enjoyment and happiness out of that freaking game that I'm like, can they do it again? And I know not everyone's a hit, because I did. I played 13. I kind of enjoyed it. I played 13 too. I hated it.
So here's the thing. This is the thing about Final Fantasy. Every mainline Final Fantasy has been a hit. The side story Final Fantasies are hit or miss. So what I mean by that is, if you go 10, super smash hit, everybody on the planet has probably played it at least once. But 10-2, like 12, pretty good. Everybody kind of, They thought the theme was a little weird, but everybody liked it. 13, everybody liked it. 13-2, and that's the thing. It's like every
there
time
was
they
Lightning
go into,
Returns.
Yeah, every time they go into like the side stories of these games, they're hit or miss. And I think that maybe they should take like an understanding that not everybody wants to go deeper into the world once they've already played the game.
But so I really enjoyed 15, and I want to see if they can do that again. Plus, that's the main character.
Yeah, he's really badass, isn't he?
All right. Like,
what is his name? Miguel or something like that? Right?
Clive.
Clive, right? Okay.
So, I mean,
have they learned nothing about the sound in their protagonist names? Like,
nope.
Cloud, Clive. There's probably another one that I don't know. Was Cecil in the earlier Final Fantasies? Like, it's a lot of C starting letters.
So I'm hoping they can recreate that magic that 15 gave to me with this one. And then number 3, I have put Diablo. I put it right in the middle of my list because I'm going to give them a little bit of benefit of the doubt. I have been waiting a very long time for this game. So I put it right above the Jedi. I put Jedi 4, and you're right, Nick. I'm not a fighting game person. I put Street Fighter down at number 5. Because you would kick my ass repeatedly.
100% of the time.
And leave my dignity somewhere in a smudge on the floor.
Damn, Glass. I mean,
I don't believe in going easy on people, so it wouldn't.
I wasn't exaggerating when I said I hit all the buttons and hope that I hit a cool combo by mistake. That is how I play fighting games. So, and that's what it is. So, but I mean, there are so many good games that check out. I think IGN has a really good list, and they've got sorted by month. And then down at the bottom, they have a list of the to be announced release dates. That's where Final Fantasy lives, down there. Right. And there's just, I'm feeling really optimistic about this year of gaming.
Yeah,
I am too. You know what? An honorable mention is something that I didn't get a picture for that I personally am looking forward to. There's a game called Wayfinder, which is almost like a Guild Wars 2, but it's an action combat RPG that I think a lot of people are going to dig because there's like a lot of similarities between Diablo, Guild Wars 2, and that game. Like it's an amalgamation of those two series, and I think it's gonna be a really big hit. It's gonna be on PS5 and PC, so I think a lot of people are gonna dig it.
I think I did see it on that list, and these are just the new game releases. We didn't even touch DLC that's coming, right? Like we've got the Cyberpunk DLC that's coming. We've got the Destiny DLC that's coming. We've got there's more, and I know because I've pre-ordered a bunch of it, but it's coming.
Right, and for you sports fans, I believe EA Sports is re-releasing college football, NCAA football.
He's on my list.
Yeah, this summer.
If I can play Road to Glory for my audience on Twitch, I believe I can make that the most fun thing they've ever seen. Because I used to do this when I was a kid. And I would make believe the press conferences and make my own answers to the questions and like talk in my own voice. Bro, I'd do it all. It was super fun. I loved it. And I hope they come out with an experience that's similar.
I'm sorry. I got distracted by the comment. That's all.
I'm trying my damnedest not to feed into her shenanigans tonight.
I'm so sorry. It's just
all right, so ladies and gentlemen, here's the thing, right? We've been inundated. This is for the people on Blast Radio 247, which, by the way, you can find all of these podcasts, many more, and a display of some of the artists on Blast 24/7 Radio. Make sure you tune into that, because if you miss any of our stuff and you don't feel like you want to watch an entire YouTube video, play it on audio while you're working. You know what I'm saying? That way you can keep up with because honestly, all of these podcasts have a story to them, and they kind of interconnect a little bit because we keep going back to previous episodes. And I feel like sometimes you might not know what we're talking about, so go catch up, man. We have a lot of fun here.
Yeah, sometimes we have too much fun.
We don't know about that. I don't know about those words coming together at the same time.
Oh, it's a such thing when I'm over here about to suffocate and can't find my asthma spray.
My fault, dog. Look, just tell your wife it's not my fault at the end of the day.
No, she blaming all of y'all. We're up against the clock. What do we think about the new Mandalorian that will be debuting March 3rd?
I have not watched the trailer.
Okay, so at some point, they basically teased that the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda are gonna get back together.
His name is Grogu.
I'm gonna keep calling him Baby Yoda. I'm sorry.
Mama named him Baby Yoda. We're gonna call him Baby Yoda.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? And look, here's the thing. Like
Mama named him Grogu.
His mama don't speak English, so he's Baby Yoda to me. So the thing is, right, is it's just like, I am such a fan of The Mandalorian. I literally have collectibles from The Mandalorian, and I just spoke to you guys about how I don't do collectibles.
Right.
And so that's
the backpedaling going on here.
Look, it should tell you everything you need to know. I'm going to be watching The Mandalorian the day that it comes out. I'm going to be watching it episode by episode. I'm not going to skip one. I'm not going to... It's going to happen immediately as soon as they put it out. So
I'm not going to give away the trailer because Dizzy hasn't watched the trailer yet. However...
That's okay. I'm probably going to. I just haven't had a chance to.
However...
I'm going to watch that trailer. Yeah. It's not a Marvel movie.
Right. However, it is very intriguing. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. Very, very intriguing, especially given where this series fits on the Star Wars timeline. The trailer is very, very interesting.
I like the way you said that. Now I got to go rewatch the trailer so I can remember what you're talking about.
The trailer is a tease almost. Could call it a teaser.
You know, it's just some words that we just shouldn't use on this show.
Yeah, because Bunny will run amok.
Oh, I forgot Bunny was there.
Yeah, it's what. Listen, I play NBA 2K, y'all, and I used to say, "Hey, man, good D right there, bro. That was awesome, bro. Good job." I can't say that no more. I gotta enunciate. Hey, man, that's great defense, bro. Because if I say good, she gonna ride out on that.
No, the word D is not safe anymore.
Ride out ain't safe anymore either, bro.
I know, but that's what she gonna do.
Oh, young love.
But yeah, so like the Mandalorian's come out. Like maybe the next episode we could talk about like the shows that are coming out this year that we're looking forward to.
Facts.
That's a great topic. Might see that next week, guys.
But I'm on a roll, baby. But I'm just looking forward to I feel like this past year of gaming was a little sad. At least it was for me as far as to what I'm interested in and what I want. Mm-hmm. And so the fact that there are so many amazing story-driven AAA titles coming out, that's all I want.
I want to say this real quick before we get out of here, and I wish the Veep was here, but I'm gonna let y'all know, man, I missed this show. I know we haven't been on the air for about a month and some change now, but we're back, and we plan to do this thing every Tuesday for the foreseeable future, which means a long time because I see far into the future.
As long as you let us.
One of my superpowers. But we're gonna be doing this, and we hope to entertain you guys because that's literally the reason that we're here. But we also want to make sure that we give you guys something to look forward to throughout your week. Some way to kick back, have a few laughs, and do your thing for about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on what type of show we got that week.
Thanks.
So I want to say, listen, man, I love y'all, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys coming out for the show. And I want you guys to understand that this is all for y'all. So if you guys have topics that you want us to talk about, make sure you hit us up. You can hit me on Twitter. I think it's Mr. Glass Gaming YT on Twitter. And if you want me to talk about something on this podcast, I will definitely relay that message for everybody here, and we'll get it done.
At some point, we definitely need to talk about how horrible the new Velma series is.
I haven't watched a single episode of it because I knew.
What series?
They redid. It's a reimagining of Scooby-Doo.
It's terrible.
And it's on HBO Max. They have Velma as an Indian. They have Shaggy as an African American. They have, I think, Daphne is Asian. And Fred is a whiny, yuppie, rich boy.
That one they got right. But
it is so not funny.
Well, they're trying to play, like, they're trying to play on people's nostalgia, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, have you guys seen Wednesday? Oh my God, I love Wednesday.
I haven't seen it, but I heard it's good. But I think in this particular case, and we'll elaborate more. But it's a complete miss. If anything, it should be inspiration to anybody out there that's a content creator. If they could get that one on TV, you have no excuses for getting your story.
Anyone can.
Yeah, I mean, literally that. So
let's talk about it.
No doubt.
So, guys, once again, appreciate all of you guys for showing up today. That's gonna do it for this show for this week. But we will be back live next week, 8 p.m. Eastern. Probably talking about shows, because that sounds like a dope idea to me. I'd love to do that. Don't break nothing, guys. GG, my G's.
GG, my G's.
GG, my G. We out.
Yo, this is Mr. Glass, and welcome to GLASSHouse.
Welcome to the GLASSHouse. Go ahead and put the pads down. Welcome to the GLASSHouse. He's the man now. Spitting knowledge about the games we play every day. At the same time, ball up on your fools on 2K. Dead or alive, I don't see the beat. Sick with the shot. You don't know if I'm LeBron or Master Chief. Welcome to the GLASSHouse. Go ahead and put the pads down. Welcome to the GLASSHouse. He's the man now. That's why I shine brighter than the sun with gold halos. Making dark souls wanna run and go lay low. These games bring out the best of me. Again, me, you already know. Failure is your destiny. Welcome to the GLASSHouse. Go ahead and put the pads down.